We're going to start out standing today. Hi, by the way. All right. Stand with your feet parallel in a comfortable stance, somewhere between hip and shoulder width, but whatever makes you feel sturdy. And we're going to begin with your arms just hanging by your sides. Do a little focused breathing with some spinal and shoulder movement. When you breathe in, I want you to turn your palms out. And when you breathe out, I want you to turn your palms in. And just do that a couple times. Inhale, rooting down into your heels. And then exhale, just feel a little softening of your chest. Now, as you inhale, turn the palms out, lift your chest. We're creating active extension in the upper body. Then turn your hands in and just round forward a little bit as you exhale. When you lift up, I want you to fill up with the air. You want to be really tall as you lift your heart. And then just let a little slack come into your body. You can even soften your knees a little, especially if you have a tight low back. Inhale up, bending the knees a bit. Just make sure that your low back doesn't grab in response to this flexing forward. Big inhale. Let the arm movement get a little bigger out to the side. But try to do it in a way that opens your chest so the collarbones can lift more. And exhale down. Just 2 more times. Big inhale. See if you can get that breath a little bigger now that you've been moving. And 1 more time, lifting up and softening back down. Okay. We're going to make arm circles one at a time to bring us into a rotation. So you're just going to take one arm and follow it with your gaze so that you twist back as you draw the circle and then take it to the other side and just keep repeating that. As you're moving through this exercise, I think it's a great time to focus on breathing through your nose with the tongue at the roof of your mouth. This exercise is kind of accenting the upward part of the circle. So with your tongue up high, it's bringing the attention into this area, making sure you're keeping the chin lifted. And as you're focusing on your breath, we're also getting your nervous system involved, using your gaze, tuning into tracking something, which kind of breaks up the staring at the screens we're all doing. 1 more to each side. And then relax. All right. Now let's get some more attention in your nervous system down into your legs. We're going to do some squats. Hands on your hips. Before you get going, you want a little room out to the side because there will be side lunges in the series. Spoiler alert, do a squat to stand. As you're going through this initial squat, tune in to keeping your weight over your heels through the whole range of motion down and up. And you're trying to activate your glutes when you rise and your abs so that we land in standing with your pelvis right over your feet. Now, pause when you get up. Let's add a heel raise in between each squat. So we're going to drop to the squat, stand, heels lift, and lower. So in the squat, we want to balance out hips going back to match the knees going forward, then keep everything in a tight line when we go into that heel raise. And lift. So in this transition, abs stay nice and strong. I'm going to add another step after this heel raise. Okay, go to your squat, stay. Keeping your hips level, we do 1 skate and then repeat the heel raise after you stand. We go down, skate, in, lift your heels. Drop, skate. We're going to do 1 more that way. And then the last set will be longer. Stay down, just skate. Out and in, out and in. Try to hold all the weight over this heel. Leave it out this time. All right, if it's just toe down like I've got it, ground into it. This leg stays straight. You're going to weight shift to this side into a march and then back down. The march could be a tap if that was too much for your balance. So either one, either way, inner thighs. We're going to do 3 more of these. Let's see if I can keep all these numbers straight when we go to the other side. I was all over the place. Okay, stay here. Whoop. Drop that foot back down. All right, starting the whole series again, leaving yourself room to go that way. So just squatting to standing 5 times. Remember, drive the weight down into your heels and imagine that sucking in from front and back. Next one's going to have the heel raise. So I'm going to go down and stand, heels lift and drop. Squat to stand, lift and drop. hinging forward at the hips. It's nice to have your hands here because you can kind of feel where the fold of your hips is. On the next one, when you're down, we add one skate, out, in, and then your heel lift. Drop down, and then lift the heels. This is your last single. Now stay down and just skate out and in. Take your time. Know those hips are level. One more full one. Now bring it out, anchor it down to take your weight, and we're going to weight shift into march or into tap. All right, and then over. I think this was 8, so you're on 4. Remember, nice and tall. We want to open the front of the hip. Make that your practice. Last one. All right. That was enough for me to take off a layer. Okay, let's go down to the floor sitting. Now, recline back onto your forearms. If that doesn't work for you, we're going to be doing hip release. So you could do it flat on your back. But this is a shoulder exercise too if you can. So you're going to push away from the floor with your forearms. So we're still kind of presenting your chest out. Gaze is forward a little higher than your knees. Both knees bent with space between your feet. We're going to alternate the legs on the hip release. As you breathe in, let your knee fall out to the side and slide your foot down the mat to straighten your leg. When you exhale, turn the leg back in and drag it back up. Now try the other leg. Release it out. Slide the foot away from you. Turn it in. Pull back up to the top. Inhale into your chest. Drop that leg out and away. Exhale. Compress your abs. Pull back in. Inhale. Release out and down. Exhale. And so I don't often say breathe into your chest. I mean, I do when it matters. Because here, that breath into your chest can help you keep the lift. I don't want you to only feel effort of your arms to stay up. I want that sense of presenting your chest like it comes from the chest too. Let's try reversing directions. Inhale, drop your knee in and down. Exhale, turn it out as you drag your heel in and lift again. So again, you fall towards the midline, then turn your leg out, drag the heel in and lift. Keep alternating. Peek down at your pelvis. This direction sometimes is more challenging to stabilize. Try to resist rotating your hips as you're pulling the leg back in and up. One more to each side. Turn out, drag in that foot and lift, and then drop in and down. Turn out, drag in your heel, and lift that leg. All right, now we're going to flip over to kneeling on your hands and knees. You can't get out of the shoulder work. It's coming one way or another. All right. So when you set up in this to get the best work in your shoulders, spread your fingertips apart. And after you've planted your hands, just a little bit rotate them so the pits are turned more forward and the points are turned back. We're going to go into a moving cat. As I tell you about it, just start to do this. So we're just going to weight shift about this far between your arms and your legs, and we're just going to add a cat to that. So next time you're back, pause there, make that your start position. When you exhale, tuck your tail under, round your back while you're shifting forward towards your hands, then come into extension, sticking your tail out, lifting your chest and chin when you go back. So exhale, flex and shift forward. Inhale, extend and shift back. Exhale, forward. Always pushing away from the floor. When you get back, be prepared to stop. We're going to switch directions. Now, inhale, shift forward, breathing into your chest. Exhale, round the spine, shift back. Stick your bum out, shift forward, and then flex and shift back. Inhale. And exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, extend, lifting your heart. Exhale, flex and shift back. All right, just find that centered position between your arms and legs. We are going to alternate a thread the needle and a side bend. And we're going to do the whole side over and over again before we switch sides. Okay, so the thread the needle portion, you sit back towards your heels about halfway while you're turning. And that lets you really drop from your shoulder and your head. And then you come back for a quick pause. Same hand. Now you're going to come around and make a side bend. Okay, so those are the two motions. We're going to leave out that stopping in the middle. I just wanted you to have like points of reference. Okay, so I'm coming under, shifting back. Let the weight go forward, and I'm going to go past the other hand into a side bend. So I go under and twist, around the other hand. If you feel like you don't have enough space, just come forward a little more, because you can always sit back farther. You just got to make sure you can reach and really stretch through that side. Dropping under and around. One more time. Dropping under and around. Okay, so now we're switching hands. We're switching hands. No talkie today. Okay, sit back and twist. I'm waiting for the week I need to do the pantomime class. I always want it. Sorry, I just started giggling about someone who actually, that is their whole career. Not pantomiming, I mean leading exercise classes without words. Under and up and around. I'm just going to flat out say it. Phoenix, I hope you're watching this video someday and you know what I'm talking about in that video. It's a little shout out to my girl. All right, that's your last one. And around. All right. Give yourself like a wiggle after that. I think that's wiggle worthy. We're going to stay upright, but go into a sitting position. All right. Knees are bent. Your feet can be flat, or you can make a more shallow bend and just have your toes up off the ground. All right. I want you to begin with your hands behind your thighs. This is a supportive way to do a half roll back so you can check if you're doing it correctly from the right part of you. When you begin, I want you to create a lift of your spine so you're on your sit bones in your tallest posture. When you exhale, feel this from your sit bones. I want you to roll along the sit bones towards the back of them, tuck your tail under, and round your lower spine towards the mat. Now, let's keep breathing, but holding here, if you grab really hard with your arms, you're going to end up in a C shape. I want you to lighten up that grip a little. It's there for backup, but be in a J shape so you still can see forward to the wall. All right, now sit up tall. Great, and let's now, you know that it's coming from down here. Use your vision now. Keep staring forward at the same thing as you roll back and then back up. Squeeze your glutes to help you tuck under. They're very important in this exercise. So we always want to initiate with the compression of the abs, so that's stabilizing the low back so that it can respond to the movement of the pelvis. And exhale, compress and roll. Inhale up. Now bring your attention into your hands. Can you touch just a little less hard, but keep the awareness there? And then back up. It's good to practice dual awareness. What's happening at the pelvis in relationship to the shoulders or arms. One more time like that, rolling back and then back up. Okay, now, just kidding. I still would like you to start here. Just kidding. Slide your hands up closer to your knees. This time, roll back and stay. Now, when you inhale, I want you to take one arm. We're going to do a rainbow. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, roll back. We're going to alternate sides. Inhale, twist. Exhale, close it. Inhale, sit up over those sit bones. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, rainbow. Exhale, return. Inhale to lift. Roll back. Let your gaze follow that hand. Back up and over. And sit up tall. One more to each side. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, twist with it. Exhale, back to your leg. Inhale, get right up onto those sit bones. Organize your body. One more time. Roll back. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, return. And then sit up nice and tall. Let's go down onto your side. All right, bottom arm's under your head to be like your pillow. Top hand is on the mat to be like your kickstand. And I want you to work with both knees bent, and you're going to bring them back into the clamshell position, which is like a slightly greater angle at the hip than tabletop. Okay, bottom leg's going to stay put. Top knee will stay bent. I'm sorry for that cat crackle. And we are going to draw leg circles from your hip. When you breathe in, you're going to start a circle going forward and up. And when you exhale, back and down. Now, the size of all of our circles will be different, but I want you to explore the potential and at least work to get this thigh a little bit past the bottom thigh. So we are getting extension in the hip joint. The size of it, again, doesn't matter. It'll never be as far as we go forward. reverse direction, and around and down. You probably could have guessed that's where I was going with that. Now, check in on your waist. Can you engage your core? Feel the abdominals, but now the oblique abdominals on that bottom side getting a little lift away from the floor. One more time. Keep pushing out through the crest of this hip, and then back down. Okay. We're going to kick forward and back now with spinal rotation with your upper body. So I want you to begin with your top leg straight, but reaching back, so you're in a little hip extension. You're going to reach forward with your top arm, and then you're going to twist your upper body a little bit to reach farther forward. When you inhale, bend your knee and your elbow, and we're going to start to rotate. Then you're going to kick your leg forward, turn your upper body back, and straighten the arm while you kick out the leg. Inhale, we bend them both, and then exhale, we go back to the start position. So take an inhale as we pass through the middle of the twist. Exhale, when you kick your foot out, flex it for a better hamstring stretch. Inhale, bend your knee and elbow. Exhale, reach away. There, I'd go with a pointed toe. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach away. Bend your knee and elbow, and send it out. Big breath into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, compress your abs, kick away. Inhale, bend, and exhale, reach. And one more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, kick out. Bend your knee and elbow, and reach it away. All right, let's switch over to the other side. Okay, so you just get your comfy cozy on your bottom arm, top hand giving you support, and remember, clamshell over tabletop for your angle. Top leg up. As you breathe in, you're going to trace that first half of the circle going towards the ceiling, and then exhale around and down. So shifting your awareness around a little bit, let's go into your upper body for a sec. I want you to feel that top arm firm to the ground, but let it be tone through the whole arm into the shoulder and not tension in the shoulder. One more time. So at the shoulder, just roll back and down a little. Use all the muscles around your scapula. Let's switch directions. Inhale, we want to go back and up, and exhale around and down. Like during mind-body exercise, that's what we're trying to achieve. Contributions through all the muscles possible so nobody has to overwork. And especially around the shoulder, that's so true. There's so many muscles that can help create stability so you don't have to feel tense through your neck and shoulder. All right, when you get to the bottom, you're going to pause there. All right, setting up for your side kick. Let's take that top leg. Begin with it extended back, toes pointed, hip reaching, and then opposite arm reaching forward. So it's going to be an inhale breath. Bend your knee and your elbow to start your twist. Exhale, kick your leg out with a flex foot. Reach your arm back. Inhale, bend your elbow and your knee. Exhale to reach away. Take an inhale, knee and elbow bend. Exhale, twist, compress your abs, push out through that heel. Inhale, bend your arm and your knee. Exhale, reach away. And again, inhale. Exhale, kick it out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach away. You got two more times. Breathe in. Exhale to kick. Bend in, starting your twist. Wring yourself out. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, kick away. Bend your knee and reach it back out. All right, let's go back onto your back. All right, so we're going to play around with a little bit of ab work. Let's just start with a couple reps of the basics just so you can kind of tune in before things get complicated with choreography. You're going to go hands behind the head for this one and elbows angled forward a little bit so you've got that hammock feeling for your head. Okay, 2 breath, ab prep, and then we're going to build off of that. Take an inhale before you start the exercise. When you exhale, you're going to tip your chin down a little bit to start curling your head and shoulders off the mat. And you want to stop when you're about at the bottom tip of the blades. Now, when you inhale, you're going to come back down, but I want you to stare at your legs as long as you can until you drop your head. And you're going to exhale, nod the chin, flex forward using your breath to slide the ribs down. Inhale as you return. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, lower. One more time like that. And I want you to stay tuned in to the ribs sliding towards the hips. This is where we get the energy of the obliques for the more complicated stuff lower down. All right, let's add a pulse. Nod your chin, curl up. Now rock back just a little bit when you inhale. Exhale, lift back up, and then inhale, come all the way down. We're going to do 2 pulses this time. Exhale, curl forward, see the legs. Now rock back for 1, lift, 2, lift, inhale, back down. Exhale, curl up. Let's do 3. Rock it back, 1, lift, 2, lift, 3, lift, all the way down. Exhale, curl up. Now rock for 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way down. Exhale, curl up. Now it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How your shoulders doing? Slide them down a little, spread them apart a little. Last set for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. All right. Let's add some legs in the air. We're going to try a single leg stretch next. Rock into imprint. So now we're going to curl your hips a little closer to your ribs. Your low back should get a little flatter towards the mat. Keep that. Lift one leg to tabletop when you breathe in. And back to that energy between your ribs and hips. Start to exhale and feel your ribs slide down just a little, then pick up your second leg. So we just identify that the obliques are playing suspenders there. Hands start on the sides of your knees for this one. You're going to nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders again so you're looking at your knees. And now we're going to alternate reaching out one leg at a time. So extend one leg and you're going to hold the other knee with both hands. Inhale as you start to switch. Exhale, catch the other leg. And reach. And reach. So just a reminder, this kind of has like a staggered breath. Longer exhale, short inhale, reach and reach. We've got 6 and 5, 4, and 3. Keep looking between the knees. Last set. Tuck both knees in. Lower your head. Leave your legs in the air. All right. Here's one we don't do a lot of these short workouts. We're going to do slow double leg stretch. So I want you to open your legs into a diamond. Notice just my feet are a little higher than my knees. When I do that, I'm going to place the hands on the outside of the knees. And I want you to give a little pressure between your knees and your hands. All right. Ready? This game Simon Says. On your exhale, nod your chin, curl up your head and shoulders again so you're looking right into your diamond. When you inhale, straighten your legs and put them together and bring your arms down by your sides. So you have a little inner thigh there. When you exhale, you're going to lift your arms up and bring them back in line with your ears. So that makes the load for your abs a little heavier. Inhale, circle your arms around to your hips. When you exhale, lower your head and make the diamond, catching your knees with your hands. And again, on your next exhale, nod your chin, curl up, look between your legs. Take an inhale, reach your arms and legs out straight. Exhale, lift your arms, bring them back by your ears. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, lower your head, make your diamond, catch your knees with your hands. Stay there for an inhale. Exhale, curl up. I'm going to add one more thing. This is bonus. You don't have to do it. Inhale, arms and legs reach out. Now, as you reach your arms overhead, flex your feet like your toes are following your hands. And while you circle your arms, rotate your ankles, bringing your legs back to where you started. Lower your head. When I say rotate your ankles, you're actually turning from your thighs. It looks like you're making a circle with your ankles. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, arms and legs reach out. So my feet follow the arms, rotate around, turn back into parallel, lower your head, make your diamond, catch your knees with your hands. Just one more time. On your exhale, nod your chin, breathe your way into that flexion. Inhale, arms and legs reach out nice and long. Exhale, reach overhead. Inhale, circle around back to that 100 position. Lower your head, make a diamond, catch your knees with your hands. All right, let's bring your feet back down. I'm going to have you turn over onto your belly. And when you lay down on your stomach, let's go legs about as wide as the mat with your toes turned out. We're going to do a little extension just to balance out that ab work. So I want you to make a W shape with your arms. And we're going to start out just isolating thoracic extension before we go into a full swan dive shape. When you breathe in, I want you to reach the crown of your head away from your toes, so you're creating that like that feeling of like tractioning yourself. When you exhale, lift your head and your chest away from the mat. And right now your intention is to stop when you have 1 or 2 ribs left. So we're just kind of getting that opening of the rib cage. Stay here for a breath in, and then when you exhale, you're going to come back down. Great, let's feel that out again. Make your neck longer as we pause here at the bottom. And then when you exhale, start to look towards the end of your mat to lift your head. Pull your shoulder blades back and down to help you press your chest forward, but keep those bottom ribs pinned. Stay there for a breath in. Exhale, compress your abs, come on back down. Just one more time like that. Breathe in at the bottom, and then exhale as you start to lift. So you just want a little contribution from your neck, then you're pressing away with your forearms so we get the lift from the rib cage. Hold here for another breath in, and then exhale back down. All right, let's try to make it full extension. If it bothers your low back, just do more reps of what we just finished. This time when you breathe in, I'm going to have you lift. You're going to go through that breaststroke prep, come all the way up, keeping your pubic bone heavy as you open the rest of your body away from the floor. Now as you exhale, compress your abs, lower back down, letting your belly hit first, sequence through your ribs, then your neck and head. And again, inhale, lead with the gaze when you start to come up. Open those collarbones, press away from the floor, pull those abs in, squeeze those glutes. And then exhale, lower back down. Make yourself taller as you press yourself into the mat, reaching your head away from your toes. Inhale, lift up. Fill your chest with that air, make yourself big like you're a rooster, and then exhale to come back down. All right. Adding a rock, alternating legs to finish the set. So first take your inhale, let's come up to the top. That becomes your new starting position. When you exhale, you're going to rock forward to your chest while you pick one leg up, and then inhale, press yourself back up to the top. Let's do it again. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale, rock, and inhale up, and rock forward. Keep that chin lifted as you're falling down. And up, last one, rock, and lift, and then come all the way back down. All right, sit back onto your heels. Let's go into a shell stretch. Stay there for a breath in, expanding the back and the sides of the ribs. Hold for an exhale, pulling your abs in a little bit deeper. You're going to take one more breath in and roll up to sitting. Okay, so this is going to be last exercise, but normally, as you know, I like to take you from an easier version towards a hard one when we're stacking skills. I'm going to do the opposite because we're really only doing one set. I want to show you the harder variation because I'm going to do the easier one for like the person that I was thinking of when I did this workout. We're going to do a moving arm plank situation. The more challenging one, toes curled under, you're going to come into like that little knee hover position we use for leg pull front prep. And you're going to use this as your base, and you're going to walk out with your arms to plank and walk back into the crouch. And you're just going to repeat that, okay? If you're going with the knee down version, we still start in the same place, just your knees touching the floor. And our intention is to walk out into a knee down plank and back and forth. So 4 times lead with your right arm. Knee uppers, get to knee up. And then we're going to walk out and linger long enough to check that your plank is good and walk back in. Of course, keep breathing, but I'm not going to cue breath. Walk out, activate your glutes and your abs, find support, walk back in. And again, do you knee uppers? Hate the speed we're doing this? I hope not, because I want you to have time to kind of fuss with it when you come back in. One more time, reach out, activate, stabilize, walk it back in. Okay, now just take a break. Let's just go back into, again, shell stretch, just to get it off your wrist for a sec. All right, that's enough break. Let's get back to it. All right. Back to knees up if that's what you're doing. We're leading with the left arm. So you're going to walk out, pose your plank, find your abs, walk back in. And again, I was so bad leading with my left hand, I almost messed it up on the first rep. And then back in. Get that butt up. And 2 more times. Walk out, squeeze your glutes, get those hips down. Walk back in. 1 more time. Linger. Make sure you can breathe. And then bring it back in. All right, go all the way back onto your heels. I hope that was fun for you guys. All right, we're going to finish it off. We're in the shell stretch, but let's just do an undulating movement. So I'm going to have you roll up till you're no, go ahead, roll all the way up. I'm kidding. Roll all the way up. And then just fall down with your back pretty straight. You're going to roll up through flexion and then just fall back down. 3 more times. Roll up and release. and 2. One more time. So this was really just to get your spine loose, but it's pretty nice for your ankles too to get to be in this position for a sec. All right, my friends, you're all done for today. I hope you have a great week, and look forward to working out with you again soon.